What's up guys, and welcome to BigGee's ARK basic guide video for 2018. Since all the new DLCs have come out, a lot of new things have happened. A lot of the interfaces are a lot different. So I wanted to show you guys in detail on how to kind of get started in 2018 since all the updates, guys. And I hope you guys are ready. So you want to know all the secrets, the tricks and gadgets to get started, to become the next dodo trainer? Okay, so you've just turned on ARK. You've just clicked on it in the Steam, you've loaded it up, your music is probably blaring in your ears. I'm going to get to that help section right now as I speak to kick this off. This is the starting screen of ARK. The first option you have is Join ARK, which means you can join other servers, join your friends' servers, and all that kind of stuff. I'll get to that further on. You can host your own servers where they can join you can play solo player, and pretty much create your own world of ARK. Now you have options. We're going to jump straight into options. Survival guide, you don't need to really worry about credits or exit. If you don't know what exit stands for, well, it'll bring you straight back to your desktop. You might as well just uninstall the game. Options. Now, the first thing you want to know is when you're in your options, I would suggest turning down your music, because that's probably what you can hear right now is your music blasting in your ears. Turn it right down and press apply. Alright, just so you can hear myself and hear this video, turn it right down. You have your master volume. I turn my master volume to around about halfway, just because it's really loud. This game is ridiculously loud. And I also turn down my voices. I might turn it up in case we do run into someone in this game. I doubt we will, but in case we do, I'll turn it up a little bit. I will apply. Okay, let's move straight down to the bottom section here. Now, as you guys can see, I already need custom. I've got everything on Epic. Now, I would not recommend having everything on Epic, but I would recommend adjusting to your screen size. Most screen sizes are 920 by 1080, or if that's all whack and you're not sure what it is, go where is it? 1280 by 720. That should usually help most monitors. If you guys don't know, that's most monitors' screen resolutions, and I would definitely recommend. I would go full screen as well. You can go full screen, windowed or window. I just go full screen. Doesn't really bother me. And you got resolution, scale as well. But we're going custom. We've gone everything to Epic just so I can show you guys what the game looks like in beautiful graphics. I do have a pretty good computer. I do have a 1080 Extreme graphics card with a very, very nice Ryzen CPU, so it should run pretty fine. But I would recommend, if you guys have an average PC or just a normal PC that, you know, you just want to play ARK for the first time, when you load up Steam at first time, it gives you a bunch of options. And you're probably not sure what a bunch of options are, but halfway down those options, it actually says load ARK with no sky effects. Now, I would recommend starting that off. If you're just the first time playing it, I would recommend jumping on just to see how your game runs. Just run it with no sky effects, just so you can run it a lot smoother. I would also recommend coming down here and putting everything to medium, except for shadows, and putting it to low, just to see how you go. If your computer's still whacking out, just drop everything to low and just start playing it that way. We will move on over here, though. I'm going to apply those changes. Now, everything else is pretty much fine. You got motion blur, though. That is going to give you some serious motion sickness. Now, turn this off, because you don't want to be running and have everything beside you look like you're going through some type of warp speed every time you turn. It's quite crazy, quite ridiculous, and it can make you quite sick if you play it for too long. So turn that off, and if you go down the menu here as well, you guys will see at the bottom, light bloom. Now, I would recommend turning that off, because the last thing you want to do is the sun to come up, and you get absolutely blinded when you look at it, because that's what's going to happen. Turn the bloom off so things aren't so bright in certain areas. Turn that off. And also you can change your sensitivities and stuff if your mouse is like all whack and look left, right, up and down. My mouse sensitivity is fine. I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to apply those changes and save it again. And we're going to jump straight into our first game. I'm going to jump into an official server. Probably look for, you know, something that's a lot smaller. But if you guys are popping in for the first time, you guys are checking out this ARK and you're watching this tutorial video to see how you get started. Now, at the bottom here, it'll say official servers, official legacy servers, unofficial, non-dedicated sessions, my survivors, all that kind of stuff, favorites and stuff. You can favorite things by simply clicking on it and going to add to favorites. And that way, when you come in here, you don't have to search for all the options. You can just go to favorites and you'll have your favorites there, which I've got a couple here saved to favorites. But for this thing, we're going to go to official servers. Now, if you're trying to join a friend's server, say your friend's done a host. We'll go back out. Say your friend's gone to host a local session. He's created his own thing, and he's gone run dedicated server. Now, you can play as single player. You can play on your own. You don't have to worry about anyone else. You can play your own map. You can set your own settings. Everything's pretty much set to default, which is normal vanilla ARK. So you can play solo, which is fine. You can choose what map you want. Extinction if you have it, Aberration, Scorched Earth, or the Island. And there is the center as well, which is here. You can add that in. You play single player. But if you want to play with a friend, you want to be running host, I think it's run, non-dedicated server, or host it. I haven't done this in a while. I'm pretty sure it might be host non-dedicated session. Now, when you host a non-dedicated session, you will actually be hosting a server. You won't actually be playing. Your computer will be holding up a server that anyone can join. If you go run dedicated server, I believe your friends can join you, but as soon as you go offline, your friends will leave the map. So that's something you got to take into consideration when you do that. Is you don't want them to be logged off, so to speak, when they're joining a game. So in order for your friends to join a game, all they're gonna do is to go down to the bottom here again and go to non-dedicated sessions, which will be your sessions, and there'll be a bunch in there that probably other people have got going on. They will name whatever session they want, and you can just click on it, simply play, and it'll show you the ping and stuff. I'll get into all that in a second. Now, we'll go official servers. Now, this is the best way to find, if you're looking for an official server or a modded server or whatever, I would suggest going by ping, okay? So clicking ping will allow you to know which servers are the best servers for you, connection-wise, so you don't have to lag. These are the best servers. You go ping, you can go by day, you can go by mode. Once it's finished loading, it's still, as you guys can see at the bottom right-hand corner, down here, it does say 1,068 servers still loading. It's still got a lot to go. I think we might be done. So we're going to start to, no, once it's done loading up, we should be able to start to adjust some of these modes and the builds. Now, you can see here, it says sort by ping, sort by players, sort by day, and sort by name. You can sort by how many players are involved. You can sort by the modes. You can sort by all kinds of things. But ping is your connection to the server. So whatever ping is low means it's the best connection for you. Now, anything below 50 is probably the best. Like, that's pretty good. Anything below 50, you can run that pretty good. No worries at all. I'm going to go to the center for this, just for this basic tutorial. Is there a center here that's not got a lot of people in it? The center, 38. No one's on it. Official PvE server, 209. It's an Australian Oceanic server, OC server. So I'm going to join that. There's going to be no one on it. You can add it to favorites before you go into it so you don't forget which server that you're actually on. Because sometimes it's quite difficult to remember what server you joined because there's so many Zydem servers. But like I said, we'll join this one, Center 209, and we'll go join. Now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when you guys join the game for the first time. Okay, the starting screen. Here we go. Now, you guys can see here, you guys can choose from male or female. You guys can do all kinds of stuff. I know you guys, I'm just going to randomize, which is this button here. You can randomize whatever character you want. I'm going to do that in a second. But you guys can change the skin color, the hair color, the eye color, the head size. You make his head really big. I'm going to make a character that looks a lot like me. And so you guys get an understanding of what I look like in real life. And I'm just going to click my fingers and it's going to pop straight up. Okay, here I am. This is what I look like in real life. I've got a massive neck, really, really long legs, massive forearms, and I'm going to name him G. Down the bottom here, you guys can see it says human, but you guys can call it yourself G, whatever you want. Now, before you spawn into your first map, this map will be completely blank. You won't even know where the hell you are because you've never explored any of it. Once you've explored areas of the map, it will actually come up here in the spawn area so you guys can roughly see where you're going to spawn. But in the spawn region, it actually gives you good ideas on where to spawn if you're starting out. It says Tropical Island South is easy, which means it's an easy area to start off in. Tropical Island North is also easy, and also you got medium stuff, and you goes into hard, which is the snow areas and the lava areas where T-Rexes are. You know, you don't want to be killed by birds, flying stuff coming down from the mountains. You want to start easy. So I'm going to start from Tropical Island North. My name is G. Let's spawn into the server for the first time. You guys can customize your character, call yourself whatever you want, make all wacky chest, you know, massive chest, small leg kind of guy, whatever you guys want. But we're going to go straight into it. Here we go. Loading in for the first time. Just remember, I do have epic graphics on, so I'm not too sure if, like, my CPU could be completely fried. I have no idea, but this is what it kind of looks like when you spawn in for the first time. It's like, ooh, wow. Look at the area. Now, I want to remind you guys, I don't have motion blur on. If you have motion blur and you're turning left to right, it will be blurry, and you don't want that. You don't want that at all. So we just spawned in for the first time. Now, let me just show you guys what some of the stats are when you guys see on your first look at the game. Now, in the bottom right-hand corner here, you can see a little arrow. You can't really see it too much here. Let me go over to a rock here so it's darker in that area. You might get a better idea. Here we go. A better idea of what that looks like. So as you guys can see now, There's a Kano running straight for me. Okay, so I'm going to run this way for a second, just so I don't die straight away. Run away from that thing, and hopefully we get some little hardy hole up here somewhere around here. Anyway, so here we go. Hopefully we're away from that Kano now. So, as you guys can see here, we have a little arrow, which is the experience bar. When that experience bar gets to the top, you level up. Pretty much, it will level up, and I'll show you guys in a second what that looks like. The second one down is actually weight capacity. Now, weight capacity is, obviously, once it fills up to the top, you can't physically move. You will walk really slow, and you've got to drop some stuff. That's your weight capacity. The next one down is a water drop, which is your water, so your thirst. If you get thirsty, then you're going to start to slow down. Your energy is going to start to slow down. A lot of things are going to start to drop. You can't do a lot of things. Your energy won't come back. So you've got to make sure your food and your water is up. Otherwise, you're going to have a whole lot of problems with your energy. Now, moving on to food, which is the giant meat stick looking thing. That is your food. Quite simple and easy. I'll show you guys how to eat food and get those up. And the next one down is the lightning bolt, which is your energy, aka your stamina. That will help you run, sprint, punch things, knock things out, do whatever you need to do. That's going to help you a lot. And also, the little cross down at the bottom there is your health symbol. So that when that starts to depreciate, that's when you're going to die or you're low on health. Now, I'll show you guys different ways to heal yourself back, that kind of stuff. Let's get started. So we just spawned in. Okay? If you press I on your keyboard, this is for PC guys only, press I on your keyboard, it will bring up what they call your inventory. Now, your inventory is a section where you got your health, as I said before, your stamina, your oxygen, which we haven't gone into the water yet, so that symbol isn't on the side yet. Now, if you go into water, you'll see that the oxygen symbol will appear at the top here, and it will say that you're running out of oxygen. Same thing, it will start to go down and whatnot. You've got your water, your weight, your melee damage doesn't show on the side, but that's just how much you hit. Your movement speed doesn't show either, neither does your crafting skill. Now, fortitude allows you to, one, not be affected so much by the weather, and two, doesn't allow you to be knocked out as easy, which will help a lot. So make sure you do increase that up a few times, but I'll show you guys kind of what to get yourself started with when you do start off. A couple of levels and build into, we'll probably get to level 10 in this tutorial, just so I can show you guys how to get started in basic stuff. Now, as you guys can see, it just started raining. So now, when it does rain, here's a little environmental fact for you guys. When it rains, you will no longer need thirst. Obviously, your guy automatically starts eating water, and it's starting to rain, which is exciting stuff. So you don't have to drink anything, and you're now completely full of thirst. Now, if you look at the ground, you can see there's a whole bunch of plants around. There's a whole bunch of other things around. Now, if you press E, allows you to grab stuff. I'm pretty sure it might be, I'm not sure what it is on PlayStation or console, but for PC, it's the letter E. To move around is A, W, D, and S. To move backwards and forwards, obviously you look around, do whatever you need to do. Now, I would recommend when you start off, running around and collecting a whole bunch of berries, okay? If you press shift, you can sprint, so you can sprint. But just keep in mind when you do sprint, if you check the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, your stamina is going down. Once your stamina hits 0, you will no longer be able to sprint. You'll have to stop, you'll run out of breath, and you'll need to catch your breath back, and your stamina will go back up. So now, as you guys can see, it uses some food, and it goes back up. Now, I've just leveled up by running around collecting berries. Now, if you press inventory again, you press your inventory, you pop it up for the first time, you guys can see. I now have all the stuff that I picked off those plants. I got berries and stuff, which you can use for food. Now, if you click on an item, you can right-click on an item, you can go consume, and also give you a hotkey next to it. So you can press the letter E on it, and it will consume it without having to right-click, and it also says drop, which is the letter O, and you can repair stuff, or transfer, which is C, or you can split stuff into ones, halves, or whatever. So you can press E on it. I'm going to eat those. I'm going to eat these berries. You can hold it down as well. Now, just keep in mind, guys, do not eat these berries, and do not eat these berries. Narcotic berries and stem berries are pretty good. Now, stem berries will allow you to run and eat berries while you run, and you will not run out of stamina. Your stamina will keep going back up, and you'll allow yourself to keep running. But keep in mind, when you do smash a lot of stem berries, as you guys can read here in the description, you will lose food, and you'll lose torpidity, but you'll also be dehydrated by doing so. So you'll run out of water. Because it's raining, we automatically gain full water, so I can actually use this constantly, and I can keep running throughout wherever I need to go. Narcotic berries. Now, narcotic berries are very, 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 very useful. Do not get rid of them if you have them, and do not eat them. What they'll do is they'll actually knock you out if you eat them. So that what they allow you to do is knock other dinosaurs out or people out, so you can actually tame dinosaurs and keep them tamed while you do it. Now, as you guys can see, I have 2. I'm not going to eat it because if I eat it, I'll probably get knocked out here for a second. You'll see a little stars in the corner here. You can see stars now where the building symbol is starting to go up. When that goes up, you actually become unconscious. Now, when you become unconscious, that's a serious issue because now you cannot move. You're unconscious on the ground, and you'll have to wait till you're unconscious. Now, that could be an issue for dinosaurs that are around you because they can attack you while you're unconscious, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that is quite triggering in itself. But we'll move on to level up. So we'll go back to our inventory here, load up our inventory. Now, as you guys can see, points available. We just leveled up. So I'm level 1. I'm about to go to level 2. Now, I would recommend when you first start off, getting up your stamina. Now, a lot of people say probably get up your weight, probably get up your stamina, or your health. Probably your main 3 things you're really going to need to use. Health, stamina, and weight. Now, if you're just starting off and you're going around collecting a bunch of stuff, punching a bunch of stuff, I would recommend weight first. And I'll show you guys why. Now, when you do level up, it will take you to a page called Engrams. Now, this is where you learn new abilities to craft things. It's your crafting section. This is where you learn to craft things. Now, as you guys can see, I have a total of 8 points. It says down the bottom here as well. It also says up here 8 points. Down the bottom it says points available. I have 8. But as you guys can see, 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. I don't have enough points for this. So what I'm actually going to do is get myself a hatchet. Because what you're going to need is basic building tools, which is a hatchet. And I'm going to use a spear. And the reason why I go spear over campfire, because a spear is going to keep you alive over a campfire. Now, I'll show you why. So now I don't have enough engrams, so it's gone to black, which means I don't have enough engram points for it. I've only got 2. I'll have to level up again before I can buy myself a campfire. Now, if you press escape, back out of that, or you can go straight to your inventory here at the top, different sections. You can go tribe manager, you can, all that kind of stuff. You can create your own tribe, which is a tribe of G. I'll just create it. That's fine. Now I have my own tribe. I won't go into too much on the tribe stuff in this video. This is a basic tutorial video, but that's how you do it. Now, this stuff here is in-game customizations or skins that you get from buying DLCs, all that kind of stuff. You don't need to worry about this. I'm not going to worry about this because some of you guys might not have it. So I'm just going to get rid of all of this so you guys don't see that. That's fine. That's all gone. Now, when you drop something on the ground, you notice they become almost like satchels or bags. If you do accidentally drop something, you can look around and pick it back up. In case you did notice, you can press E to pick it back up. And looks like the storm's out, the sun's back out, which is nice. And as you guys can see, sometimes it does glitch out, and boxes like to fly in the sky. But here we are. You can go around and pick some stuff up in case you drop something you didn't want to drop. But we'll run around here, collect a bunch of berries. Now, the reason why this is an easy area is because obviously there's water around, there's food around, and there's not that many dinosaurs that can kill you, which is a good start. Now, if you immerse yourself in water, you will automatically get your food up. Sorry, your water up, not your food, your water. Your water will start to go completely full. Now, if you go too far into the water, you'll notice at the bottom corner, I go from hot, which is that symbol down the bottom, which is I'm a little warm, to getting cold, to being freezing. Now, if you're in a freezing temperature, if you see that block down at the bottom corner of your screen, you're freezing, which means you're going to start to lose health because you're actually going to start to get almost like hypothermia. And that's going to be a huge issue. Same with heat. So right now, I'm warm. That's okay. That's allowed. You're not going to lose health because of that. Just means that you're a little warm. Now, if you go close to the water here, and you go to almost like a snowflake, then you're also not going to lose health. You're a little cold. Simple as that. Now, these dinosaurs won't kill you. But I'm going to list a couple of dinosaurs right now that will kill you if you do go near them. Now, there's this one, 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 and this. Now, just keep in mind, there are a couple of dinosaurs. You'll probably learn eventually throughout the game that that you can, be around dinosaurs that won't kill you, and you'll probably learn soon, really soon, as to what dinosaurs those are. Now, as you guys can see, I'm just going to keep farming up a lot of these plants along the ground. Keep farming these up, running around, and I'm going to start punching trees now. Now, I know that sounds like a stupid idea. Why are you going to punch trees? But you'll see why. When you start punching trees, you start collecting wood. As you guys can see now, I've got 2 wood, and I'm gaining thatch. Now, these will allow me to craft my items that I have in my craftable section. Now, if you press I again, we go to crafting section. You guys can see here what it takes to craft these items. Now, the first thing we're really going to need is our stone pickaxe. Now, you guys can see I already have enough thatch. I have 12 thatch, out of 10. It requires 10 thatch and 1 wood to make this, but I already have enough. I've got 2 wood and 12 thatch, but I don't have any stone. So, a way to get stone, you can't exactly punch a stone because you're not going to get anything from stone. I'm not, Thanos or anything like that. So this is just going to be strictly running around the beach areas and looking for loose rocks on the ground, such as these ones. These ones here you can't actually grab. They're like pretty much made into the game, but these large rocks here, you can. Now, as you guys can see, I just gained 1 rock. Sorry, 1 stone. So this actually allows you to craft now my stone pickaxe. We're going to craft my stone pickaxe here as much as we can. And once it's done, go back to your inventory and it'll be put here. Drag it from your inventory and put it in what they call your hotbar or your hotkeys or whatever you guys like to call them. As you guys can see, they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 9 and then 0. Now, if you check your keyboard, all those numbers along the top of your keyboard are those, I guess, representations of those numbers. So if you press 1, brings it out. You press 1 again, we'll put it away. Now, keep in mind, guys, if you do have it out, you won't be able to actually pick up any berries. It says equipped fist or torch to use the harvesting resources from this. So you actually have to press 1 again, and then you don't have your weapon out anymore, and you can actually still run around and collect berries. Now, what you want to do with your pickaxe is you want to run around and grab stone. So look for ginormous stone blocks, like such, and start hitting them by holding left click down. Holding left click down, you can also look around. You can see that someone's already built here, but I'm not going to go into that. You guys can just start doing this and start farming up. Now, as you guys can see, I grabbed something called flint. Now, when you use a pickaxe on stone, you grab flint, and that's something really important as well that you're going to need. I keep pressing I because that's my, there we go, crafting section. And now I want to craft a hatchet, but I need more thatch now. And I need more wood to craft myself a wooden spear. Now, this will keep you alive, and I'll show you guys why that is. So I've got enough stuff now to craft myself a wooden spear and a hatchet. I just need thatch. So thatch is easily resourced by using a pickaxe on a tree. Now you'll see now that I'll grab more thatch from a tree with a stone pickaxe. Now if I go back to my crafting section here, as you guys can see here, I can craft myself a stone hatchet. So I just crafted myself a stone hatchet. I can also make myself a torch. For when it does get dark, I will need a torch so I can see. But I now can't craft myself a stone spear anymore because I need more wood. So I will level myself up. As you guys can see, I just leveled up. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to go my stamina. Because we're really going to need a lot of stamina here. We're going to need to get ourselves up and get ourselves moving to craft a bunch of stuff. Now, I've just crafted myself a stone pickaxe and a spear. So as you guys can see, I've already unlocked them so I can craft them. Now the next thing I would recommend you guys doing is grabbing a campfire and a water skin. Now you're probably wondering why you'd want a water skin. Now I'm going to tell you this, a water skin is very, very, very important. Because if you decide to run off inland, run away from the water source and venture in, and you start to get dehydrated and thirsty, you're going to have a whole lot of issues. You're going to have to start running backwards. You're going to cause you a lot of issues to run back. It's going to cause some serious problems. Now, I'll show you guys really quickly what that's like. Now, we're going to equip the torch and the hatchet. Now, you guys seen earlier with a stone pickaxe that you gain a lot of thatch from it. Now, if you use a hatchet on a tree, though, you'll see now I'm gaining a lot more wood. So keep in mind, that happens a lot. So if you just sit here and start farming wood, and you want wood, you use a hatchet on a tree. Don't use a pickaxe. But if you want thatch from a tree, you use a pickaxe. Same thing goes with stone. I will actually gain pretty much only stone. And you'll notice you'll gain a lot more stone by using a hatchet rather than a pickaxe. Pickaxe will get you more flint from stone, and a pickaxe will get you more stone. Where a stone pickaxe will get you thatch and flint more, and axe will get you wood and stone. Simple as that. But we're going to farm up a little wood here. As you guys see now, I'm exhausted, aka I'm tired. This means that my stamina bar, as you guys can see now, it's going back up. So if you start to hit and you run out of stamina, you will actually become unconscious. Now, I will show you guys what that kind of looks like in a second. Becoming unconscious, I'm going to run around for a bit. I'm going to start to drain my energy down. Okay, so here we are. We just run out of stamina. Now I'm going to keep hitting. It says you're tired, stop moving for a moment and regain your stamina. But if I keep hitting a tree, you'll notice that those stars are starting to come back, which means I'm starting to become unconscious. And I've just become overburdened, which means I'm now fully overcumbered by weight. I have too much on me now, and I cannot move. Now, this is why I said to you guys, I would totally recommend getting up your weight to start off with, because you're going to need a lot of it, because you're going to become overcumbered really easily. Now, let's go back into our section now. We've got a lot of thatch, we've got a lot of wood, we've got a lot of stone, and a lot of flint. We got metal here as well. Keep your metal. It does weigh a lot, but keep it. Same with narcotics. They don't weigh too much, but to keep them as well. And we got a lot of berries. Now, if you hold E, like I said earlier, on something, you can consume them. But just keep in mind, you don't want to be going over to these and accidentally consuming narcotic berries because that's going to knock you out. Which I'll show you guys as an example right now. I just smashed a whole bunch of narcotic berries, and I'm probably going to knock myself out unconscious here. I may or may not. I'm not too sure. But while we wait, I'm going to craft something. So now you guys can see we can make ourselves some spears, a fireplace, and I'm actually going to craft probably 3 spears. Because the last thing you want to be doing is attacking a dinosaur and running out of spears. Boom. There we go. There we have it, guys. I am completely unconscious. Now, this is what happens when you either attack something for too long, run out of stamina, and you become completely unconscious. Now, I might have eaten way too many narcotic berries here to be able to have to wait until I'm no longer unconscious. But it'll start to go down eventually, and you will eventually wake back up. All right, we should be waking up any second now. And once we're back up, then we're okay. We should be good. And unconsciousness is it. Boom, I'm back. Now it says you're hot. I'm back from being unconscious. I'm still overweight. Now, as you guys can see, I can't sprint anymore. I'm overcumbered. There's the weight symbol down the bottom. It lets me know that you're well and truly overweight. Now, if I go back to my inventory stuff now, I've crafted myself a spear. I'm going to put that on number 3. But I will craft myself 2 more spears. Because like I said earlier, you don't want to be running out of spears. Now, you can throw spears, and you can stab them with spears. But if it breaks mid-fight, and you have to craft something again, just keep in mind, when you craft, you cannot sprint while you're crafting. Now, if you're wondering why you're running out of movement, it's because you can't actually sprint while you're crafting. Now, I'm actually overcumbered because I actually have too much weight. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some of these off. I'm going to drop some of these on the ground so I can actually move. So I've just dropped some of my wood so I can actually run around now. But like I said, if you're crafting something before, like let's just say we craft ourselves another spear, and I start to run. I can't run. I can't run until everything is completely crafted. As soon as it's finished crafting, I can start running again. Just keep that in mind, guys. You don't want to be caught out because that's going to be a really pain in the ass. Now that we have our spears, now that we have our fireplace as well, let's get ourselves started. Actually, we didn't even make our fireplace because we were knocked out. So now let's get ourselves started. Now, if you press M, you can actually check your map. Now, this will show you all the areas that you've unlocked and the areas you haven't unlocked. And as you guys can see, I am starting to become really hot and I'm running out of thirst. I'm going to level myself up. I'm going to get my probably my health up here. We're going to go start fighting some things. So I'm going to get my health up a little bit here. Now, this is another thing we need to really worry about. Now, we need clothes. We're in a hot area, so we need clothes. Now, I would recommend just starting off with a chest and some pants. And I would grab a sleeping bag. The reason why I would grab a sleeping bag is because if you, let's say you die, right? Let's say you die and you need to spawn back and grab your body. Your sleeping bag, you can spawn back at your sleeping bag. And I'll show you guys that a little bit in a second, what a sleeping bag does. But right now, we need to gather some more fiber, and you gather fiber by running around collecting berries, plants, all that kind of stuff. You can gather stone off the ground while you're running around too. All these berries are going to help you survive. So, like I said, running around for maybe like the first 5 or 10 minutes, just grabbing a bunch of berries, you'll probably end up just keep pressing E the whole time. You keep pressing it, you can hold it, you can hold down E, you can press it, you can do whatever you want, but I like to spam it in case there's rocks on the ground and stuff. You can run around, just keep grabbing as much as you want, grab heaps of fiber. Now, fiber will help you, allow you to craft a lot of clothes and certain weapons as well. Now, let's go back to our inventory here. We've now gathered 100 fiber. We can now craft ourselves some pants and some shorts. Now, you'll notice it will be here. Now, you don't need to drag this into your hotbar to wear them. You'll see over here now, this is your character customization, so to speak. You'll see you got a head, you got a torso, you got legs, your feet, offhand, which you can hold a shield with, and your hands. It'll tell you what level you are, what your tribe is, and what location you're currently at, which is right there. Jungle South, we're currently there. Time of day, what temperature it is, all that kind of stuff. And now, if you hold left click on it and dragging it around, right? It'll actually highlight on your body what area that goes to. So a shirt will go onto the torso. So you left click on that, and now, bim bada boom, we're wearing a shirt. Same thing goes with the pants. If you hold it, you can see now it wants you to put on the legs. We put on the legs, boom, and now you'll notice we're not actually hot anymore because we're wearing clothes. Now, some clothes such as metal will get you really, really cold. When metal gets cold, it will get you freezing. And vice versa. You can wear warm clothes. If you wear warm clothes and you're in a hot area, you'll become a lot more thirsty. That kind of stuff. Just keep in mind, guys, what you're wearing. Cloth is pretty good for heat, though. It's good to start off with to wear some cloth so you don't get too cold, too hot. It does help out a little bit. Now, as you guys can see here, stegs won't attack you. These are stegos. They won't attack you. You can run up to these guys. Whatever you do, do not punch it, though. You punch this thing, it will knock you the hell out. It will kill you. It will chase you down. Now, there's a raptor right here in front of us. Now, a lot of people in my live streams have been talking about us, how to kill raptors. Really, you know, or keep away from raptors. Now, I would recommend keeping away from a raptor. Now, if you don't know what a raptor looks like or whatever, they will probably find you before you find them. So we're going to run around him. Hopefully he didn't find out where we are. He doesn't look like he's seen us yet. He's up over the hill. Oh, he's right there. Has he seen us yet? I don't think he has. Nope, he has seen us now. Now, this is where we're going to get some serious issues, right? We're going to start throwing spit. Oh, he's 130? Okay, we might have we're going to die here. We're going to die. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. All right. Like I said, if you try and avoid them as much as you can see this is where we died, north and south. So I'm going to go back to north again. I'm going to spawn at random location. Spawn back. You'll see we'll start the same process again, waking up on the beach. Now, you guys already see what it's like to... I just spawned inside this guy's base, I think. This guy has a proper base. Anyway, let me show you guys again. I'm going to fast track this real quick. I'll show you guys how I kind of start off. Run around. Now, dodos, these are what I was talking about that are really good for food. Okay, so I just got all my gear back again. Now, as you guys can see, if I take my shirt off here, I'll actually get to like freezing. But if I put it back on, and I've actually crafted 2 shirts here instead of pants, but it's fine. Now, I got myself an extra hat shirt, extra shirt. You guys will also see that it's quite dark now. You guys can see there's a storm going on. If you do bring out your torch, it will light up the area a little bit. But if you guys want to change that and want actually be able to see properly during the day without using a torch, you can press tab. Now, tab will bring up like your little console thing at the bottom of your screen. If you type in gamma 3, that will actually brighten up your night a little bit. Now you guys can see, you can see a lot better. It will brighten up your light. Now, if you spawn on a beach and you see a lot of these guys, this is a good area. This is a really, really good area. You see a lot of dodos. Okay, it's a really, really good area. Now, dodos are really good for meat and hide. Now, you can actually just run around. You can throw shit at them. You can poke them with spears. And that will kill them. Now, as you guys can see, they're starting to bleed. And they're dead. You can pull out your hatchet and start chopping it up. You'll gain hide and raw meat. Now, you're going to need a lot of these. Now, I would recommend probably not throwing your spear at these guys. Just simply just poke them with a spear. They should eventually just die. You will probably break your spear eventually. See, dead. They're quite easy to kill, but they do give you basic resources and very, very important resources. Now, I think the storm is about to... You guys can see. You can actually drag the body as well by pressing E if you really wanted to. You can hold... You can drag it with you. You can show you all your friends. You can drag it around, which is quite funny. In order to zoom in and out of your character, is just the mouse wheel. Move the mouse wheel back and forth, and you guys can zoom in and out, which is quite nice. Press E to let go of the body again. If I can release the body. There we go. And zoom back in, and we'll chop it up. But let's see if we can make ourselves a sleeping bag now. We still can't. We need more fiber. We have enough hide now. We need more fiber. So in order to get fiber, guys, like we said earlier, quickly run back up here and start collecting some of the plants. We'll gather fiber. Now, we should have enough now to craft ourselves a sleeping bag. Perfect. Now, we can start crafting ourselves a house now, but we're going to need a lot of fiber. Now, this is why I said just gather everything you can. Okay, so I just leveled up as well while I was farming for all my stuff. Now, as you guys can see here, I'm probably going to get up my carry weight capacity because I'm going to start to make myself a house now. I'm going to need a lot of wood, I'm going to need a lot of thatch, and I'm going to need a lot of carry weight to be able to hold a lot of this stuff. Now, I'm only going to make a 1x1, and by that, I just mean 1 foundation, 1 ceiling, and 3 walls, and a door. But we do have enough points now. We got 9 points, or 10 points to spend. And I'm going to do this ceiling, all of that. So now we have a full entire house to build. So let's actually go into our slot. We need 3 walls. 3 walls, 1 foundation, 1 door, and I still need a ceiling, and I still need a door frame. Now, as you guys can see, I have my walls, I have my doorway, I have my foundations, I have a sleeping bag, I have a ceiling, and I have a door. Now, you can put all these in hotbars, so you can just press the numbers. Quite easy, quite simple. I can't put anything here. I can put one down here closer to the water because this guy already has a foundations here. I can't build close to other foundations, but because we're close to the water here, we can actually build one. Now, I'm going to put this right on the water here, so we have a nice little water base. Quite nice. We can just walk outside the house, grab some water, and we don't have to worry too much about it. Now, a simple house is 3 walls, just to get ourselves started, just to get ourselves a nice little base, nothing too fancy, put ourselves a door, and boom! simple as that. All you got to do is use the hotkeys. It'll tell you where you want to put it. You just simply look at the walls. You press E, and Bob is your uncle. And you can put down sleeping bags in here. So you can spawn back in here. I think I have to get outside to be able to spawn this in here. Maybe. Yep, there we go. Wait. Boom. Sleeping bag. Now, when I die, you guys will notice that there's a sleeping bag now on my spawn point. Now, I'll show you guys that right at the end of this video, that, you know, that's where you can spawn from. But that's our little house now. We've built ourselves a little 1x1. We can spawn inside this house. It's not too crazy. It's not too fancy. But we have ourselves a house. Now, keep in mind, it's not going to burn your house down. I know it's thatch, and, you know, technically, it would literally turn this into a giant fire pit. But this isn't actually like that. So if you go up to it, you can press E, access inventory, and you can see what it is. Now, a fireplace actually requires either wood to light the fire or thatch to light the fire. You can use spark powder as well, but that's more advanced stuff. It's either wood or thatch to start off with. I'm going to go with wood. I don't really need too much wood. And what you do is you drag the meat into it. Now, keep in mind, if you look at the meat for a second, it says you can consume it. Do not eat raw meat. It will probably make you sick. It will probably make you sick, and you want to cook raw meat. You want to cook raw meat to make it cooked meat and eat the cooked meat. Now, you also can see spoil time off to the side of it. There, it says spoil time every 10 minutes, I think, in a stack, in a single stack. So in a single stack, I mean by that is one single stack, that's another stack. So every 10 minutes, it'll drop down. One piece of meat will spoil. So instead of having 20 meat there, I'll go down to 19 raw meat, and the timer will start again. And then I'll get something called a spoiled meat. Do not eat spoiled meat. It's disgusting. But you do keep them because you can use them later on. Now, you guys can see there, it will spoil in 15 minutes. Means it will be completely gone in 15 minutes. Now, in other words, let's drag the meat onto the fire pit. And right here in the middle, it says light fire. Boom. There we go. We're now out of primitive staging. We've now got our first fire. Hoo-ha-ha. Let's do this. So we've now got ourselves our first fire. Now, as you guys can see, it'll slowly start to cook the meat. Now, if you look into the inventory, you can watch it, you can wait for it, you can do whatever you want to do, but mostly looking at it now, boom, cooked meat. That's what cooked meat looks like. Now, you can drag it here. You can drag it onto your hotbars so you can eat it without having to. By simply pressing 5, you guys can eat it, and that'll get my food up. So now you guys can see my food is increasing, my health is good, and also I have this now little house symbol above all my statistics there on the right-hand side. That house symbol means you are now in a nice cozy spot, aka pretty much your house, and you will start to gain health back quicker. You'll start to lose less resources and food. It's a really good place to be. So if you're trying to like get yourself your food back up, your water back up, and your health back up, come back home, light a campfire, and you should be pretty good. Now, as you guys can see, more and more cooked meat. Now, that's charcoaled. We won't really go into too much charcoal in this tutorial video, but guys, let me know down below if you guys would like me to make a little more advanced stuff. I will be able to do that. Making weapons, going hunting for stuff. I'm happy to do that. That's no worries. But for this tutorial video, as a basically beginner's one, I'm just going to show you how you guys cook food. So that's how you cook food, guys. Eat it. Perfect. That's how you guys gather hide, flint, thatch, all that kind of stuff. And I'll show you guys the water skins as to why I went into the water skins earlier. Now, we have our water skin. Now, I would recommend, you can leave them in your, I prefer to leave them in my inventory. I don't really put them in my hotbars. I have 2 water skins. Now, if you go to the water, right, you go close to the water, pretty much in the water, where your health is going up, see, you bring up your inventory, and you press E on a water skin. It will actually fill up with water. Now, that means when you're venturing off into the wilderness, into the forest and stuff, and there's no water, you can actually go into your inventory, and you can actually drink out of the water skin by pressing E. But because I already have full water, I actually don't need it. So we'll have to actually wait till I start to lose water before I can actually drink it. But there you go. I lost a little bit of water, but I drank it back. Now I'm full water again. Now you'll see that it's completely empty now. An empty one looks like it's a lot brighter. One that's filled up looks like it has a lot of water in it. It's at capacity. That's what a filled one looks like. But keep in mind, a water skin will actually start to leak slowly. Now that means your water will slowly start decreasing out of these water skins. So you can see here slightly now that the water skin is slowly decreasing out of the water skin. So if you ever want to fill them back up, you bring it back down to the water. You simply press inventory, you press E, and they're full back up again. And you can press E on the water as well. You can drink some water yourself. And now I'm completely full. And I have 2 spare water skins to be able to survive the wilderness, along with a bunch of berries to eat. I now have cooked food in my house. I have pretty much everything I need now to keep myself well and truly resource sustained in the wilderness. I will show you guys what a sleeping bag looks like in case you guys do die and you guys would like to know a little bit more about it. I might level up real quick and I'll show you guys a storage container. Okay, so I just leveled up again. I'm going to go to my my level up. I'm going to get my health up here. Don't really worry about too much of that. But guys, a storage container. Now this is something you're going to need in your house. A little storage container. And I'm gonna build it right now as we speak. Go back to my inventory. Go back to crafting. There it is, a storage container. Now, I'll show you guys what a storage container actually does. It allows you to obviously store a lot of your stuff. Now, let's open it up. Place it in my house. Probably place it at the back here somewhere. Just keep in mind, you can put a lot of stuff on your sleeping bag. It doesn't really matter. So now my little house has a storage container. You press inventory, and it can actually store a lot of your stuff. So if you press T, it allows you to transfer. You can drag it. You can press T. Either one works. You guys can see now I can store my hatchet. I can store my shirt in case I die again. I can store some wood. I can store my berries and my hide, my stone. And now you'll notice that I no longer have a lot of weight capacity. I've stored a lot of my stuff in here. I still have it. I can use it to craft stuff. I can still make some stuff out of it by dragging it back into my inventory, or by pressing T. I can transfer it in my inventory, transfer it back by pressing T. Simple as that. Now, this is a spawn bar. This is going to be the last part of the video, guys. You guys can spawn. Now, instead of spawning at a random location here on the side of the map, you see a sleeping bag right there on your thing. If you left click on that sleeping bag, it'll say respawn at sleeping bag. If it's not clicked, it will say something else. So if you left click off it, left click on it, left click off it, and you can spawn somewhere else if you want to, rather than back at your house. But if you want to spawn back your sleeping bag, respawn at sleeping bag, boom. Guys, I'm back inside my house. This is my little wandering thing. This is how you respawn back. It does the same thing every time. And boom, I'm in my house again. My sleeping bag is now gone though. A sleeping bag is a one-use sleeping bag only. It's only for one use. So guys, do keep in mind of that, that you do put another one down once you spawn back in. The last thing you want to do is, you know, die or too many times. Just make another sleeping bag, or even make another one and put it in your inventory here, in your storage box. So when you spawn back in, put another one down and venture back out. You won't have to worry about it too much. But guys, that'll be my video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the basic tutorial video. My name is G. My socials are down below. If you guys give us pops a thumb up, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you guys did like it. And let us know down below if you guys would like more tutorial videos, what you guys would like tutorials on. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Big G out.